Welcome back to another episode of Should I Bid? The show where we do our research, we watch the items that sell, and we make smart bids so that we don't lose money. In today's show, I'm going to show you 5 examples, and I'm going to show you 2 of those items that were completely misrepresented, one that claimed to be Unsigned Ciner, and 2 that might be the real thing. So let's jump right in and take a look and see what we have today. This is our 3-piece Jerry's and Ciner holiday lot. So when you take a look at the visual, you'll see that the current price on this one is listed at $4.99 with a shipping price of $4.99. Now this looks like a great listing. When I first saw this one, I thought, oh, I'm going to bid on this for sure. It's listed as 2 Jerry's brooches, which honestly, they're cute brooches, but they just don't resell for that much. And a Ciner brooch, so I'm thinking, ooh, this is nice. Someone slipped in that expensive brooch with 2 less expensive brooches, and if I can get all 3 for $15, well, that could definitely be a steal. So let's take a closer look. Let's go in, let's zoom in on the photos, and when I go in and I look, I see that the hallmark does not start with the letter C. It starts with the letter S. So Ciner starts with the letter C. It's very crisp, it's compact, it's straight. So what we have here is actually a misidentified brooch from the company Sciratelli. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but first of all, it's not a Ciner brooch. Second of all, we need to go in and take a look and see, well, is it the equivalent of value? So I went in, I put both of them into my smart bid calculator, and here's the thing. The Ciner brooch is about 3 times as valuable as the Sciratelli brooch. So if you bid based on a comp for the Ciner, you're going to lose money. In fact, you are going to lose about $25. So for this verdict, I say stay away, no bid. On to our second item. We have an item from Mercari. If you've watched my videos before, you know that I usually say be cautious when you're on Mercari. Now, we have a lot here, and it says that we have Unsigned Ciner turtle lot. When we actually go in and read it all the way down at the bottom, it says that one of the turtles is an Unsigned Ciner and the other turtle is just unsigned. Okay. Hopefully the warning bells are already going off for you. So let's go in. So let's say we're going to split the cost, and we're going to say maybe one of these is, maybe the Unsigned Ciner is Ciner, so we'd be buying it for $27.50 plus the cost of shipping. And we see that there just is not a Ciner turtle that looks like this. But here's where it gets complicated. And here's where the internet and AI has really made it difficult for people. When I put this picture of this turtle, the one that's supposed to be the Unsigned Ciner brooch, into Google search, guess what it found on eBay? The exact same turtle. And the seller on eBay also listed it as an unsigned Ciner brooch, which led me down a path where I thought, well, okay, maybe there are some unsigned Ciner brooches. So I jumped down another rabbit hole and I did a little bit of research. I went to a website called Ask Dr. Lori. She's known for her expertise. And Dr. Lori says that yes, there were some unsigned Ciner pieces in the 1930s. However, most of these were cast in sterling silver, which this brooch is not, and that Ciner started signing their pieces in the 1940s. So when I look at this turtle, I think, while it may have some Ciner look to it, especially with the round turquoise color accents, I would not trust it to be Ciner. And honestly, if you're looking to resell this, it's going to make it more difficult to resell an unsigned piece, especially buying it for $27.50. I would say don't bid. Let's go on to the next one. And this has an interesting transition based on what I just told you. Now, I just told you that Dr. Lori said that there could be some Ciner pieces from the 1930s that were set in sterling silver. So when I saw this Ciner sterling deer brooch, I thought, oh, well, maybe this is one of them. So I went in, I looked at the photos, and I looked at the back. Now, if you'll take a look at the back of this photo with me, you'll see it's clearly not Ciner brooch. In fact, it is signed sterling 925 Mexico. The camera doesn't lie. Zoom in and you'll see that it's not a Ciner brooch. So why did Goodwill say that it was? Well, they probably are using some of the same tools that we like to use. And perhaps the visual silhouette matched a different Ciner brooch. Maybe a fawn, maybe a horse or something like that. And these things happen these days, which is why I really encourage you to be extra careful when you're spending your money on pieces that claim to be hallmarked by a designer. So you know what I'm going to say on this one. Stay away. Let's take a look at the next one. Now, let me give you some good news. I found this one, and guess what? It is Ciner, and it's an excellent example of what quality craftsmanship Ciner jewelry looks like. Look at this beautiful jewelry. You see the braided faux C pearl bracelet, and you see the turquoise beading, the ornate gold tone links, and it's currently listed at $56. Now the shipping is about $14. You can do the verification when you zoom in, and you see that crisp, perfectly blocky stamped signature. I found an exact comp for $160. However, the shipping on this one is kind of high. It's about $15, and this one is currently at auction, and it looks like it's still kind of climbing. This could be a good one, or the other buyers could just push the price way beyond my comfort level. Now here's another one that's really interesting. I saw this vintage Ciner ballerina, and It's currently listed at $49.99 with penny shipping. So you know I like my penny shipping. And you may be thinking, Rachel, why would you pay $50? Well, there are times when I'll pay $50. And those times are, can I list it for $200? Because if I can list it for $200, and by including all my other costs, if I can make about $100 net profit, then that's worth it to me. Now, I had a bit of a problem with this brooch though, and that's that I searched and I searched and I searched, and I could not find a comparable anywhere. Now, I was able to find some other people type brooches. I found a clown, I found a jester, but really these are not the same. This is making me hesitate because I just don't know. Sometimes something like a ballerina, it might be something that people specifically want to collect. Someone might be looking for this exact one. Maybe I could price it at $225 and get a great offer or sale the next day. I'm currently holding on this one. It's the end of June and I'm about out of my June sourcing money, so I'll be keeping my eye on this one for today. This one could go either way for me. This was an interesting show for me today. I hope you learned a lot too about what to look for. Remember that you're always looking for those hallmarks. Remember to watch out when people say something is unsigned, even if the something may have a history of being unsigned. If you want to resell it, think about your buyers. Are they going to feel confident in buying something unsigned from you? Check the photos, check the listings, check the net profit. You can still download a free copy of my Smart Bid Google Sheet that I've linked in the description below.